Con, everybody. Welcome back. Clearly, I am trying something new. Today, what I want to talk about isn't exactly breaking news, but it's something that's been percolating. It's been on my mind. It's been kind of annoying me the more that I think about it. And this is about a month ago, Warner Brothers deciding to crack down, if you will, on Harry Potter like fan festivals. So like anything that they're using the Harry Potter name on, or basically bringing Harry Potter fans together, really targeting the ones that have like Harry Potter say in the name of the festival, or maybe in the events that they're charging for, that kind of thing, because there's others that are slipping under the radar. So the one that I wanted to focus in on today was one that's called the Chestnut Hill Harry Potter Festival. This is out in Philadelphia. They've been doing this for about, I think, 3 years or so. Last year it drew 45 to 50,000 people in attendance, and this is one. They were one of the recipients of one of these cease and desist letters from Warner Brothers. An excerpt, if you will, from what they got from Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is always pleased to learn of the enthusiasm of Harry Potter fans, but we are concerned and do object when fan gatherings become a vehicle for unauthorized commercial activity. Now, please, come on. I mean, it's well known that if you go to a lot of the just regular, Comic Cons, geek conventions, that kind of thing, Harry Potter, the fandom, is a little bit underrepresented at those cons. And I don't know why. Maybe some of you know, maybe you've thought about it some more, maybe you've done some research, maybe someone else has and you've read it. Let me know in the comments as well, because I would like to know why you think it is. And we know that Harry Potter fandom is massive. It's worldwide, and made J.K. Rowling a gazillionaire. That's a word. So with this underrepresentation, if you will, at other conventions where you can go and see a lot of DC, a lot of Marvel, that kind of thing, Star Wars, obviously, you want to be able to go to a convention and gather, if you will, with all of the fandom, because it's massive. It's all over the world. Not everybody, Warner Brothers, can get out to Orlando and Los Angeles. We need some things in the middle and throughout and over in the Northeast and the Northwest to be able to, come together and celebrate Harry Potter, this thing that JK created. By the way, she was fine with fan fiction, from way back in the day. It seems peculiar that there are a few of these conventions being targeted, but not others. So if you look at Leaky Con, for instance, Leaky Con is a big convention. They do out in Dallas, I believe, and I think next year they're also going to be doing it in Boston. Leaky Con did not get one of these cease and desist letters from Warner Brothers. If you look at their programming, you'll see they're not shying away from, Harry Potter names and things, as far as like in the panels and such. So looking at Harry Potter and creating web series, so they got the name like right friggin' there. They're not charging necessarily for the panel itself, because you have a ticket to the whole convention so you can get in. So they're paying for a ticket to get into Leaky Con, and then once they're there, they're okay, by the way, here's a Harry Potter thing, but we're not charging you to get into it because you're paying for the whole convention. I don't know if that is the thing. Also, why we love the Weasleys. So they're not like changing the names there. So that compared to the Chestnut Hill Harry Potter Festival. So yes, they named it after that. They could just change the name, which, should be a good idea. And, they did have events. I don't know if they were ticketed events or not, but maybe they were. And that's what the issue was here, called like a Death Eater's Dance Party, the Sorting Hat demonstration. And this one, I don't understand why they would have an issue with. Philadelphia Brotherly Love Cup Quidditch tournament. So they've got Quidditch tournament at the end, but there's a lot of Quidditch leagues that I don't think are coming under this scrutiny, or are being told no, you can't do this anymore. And back to LeakyCon as well. I mean, if you look at their guests, they're getting guests from the actual Harry Potter franchise. I mean, they've got Seamus, they've got Percy Weasley coming, they've got Lee Jordan coming, Victor Crumb, the actors that play them. And they're not changing the names and the characters when they're putting them in the description on this page, but I think that it's most likely the fact that they're looking at these other smaller festivals that are using the Harry Potter name as sort of some sort of like bootleg thing. So the cited issue, aside from what I had already said earlier, that Warner Brothers is saying the festival violates companies' licensing rights because it uses both names and imagery from the novels and Harry Potter films. But again, so does Leaky Con, not to advertise, you know, and they're not ticketing or not paying for the events once they get into the convention. But it just seems like maybe if these festivals were, you know, front and center and they're trying to communicate with Warner Brothers and let them know like, hey, this is what we're doing, change the name of the festival so it's not like that bootleg type situation, things should be okay. And good news is that for a minute, that Chestnut Hill Harry Potter Festival that had to get renamed was actually going to just cancel it altogether. But thankfully, they've decided to rename it Wizards and Wands. And of course, they're going to be changing the names of some of the other events. Now, to Warner Brothers, we get it. You know, you did the lawyering thing, you know, you put the fear of the friggin' Death Eaters in them, the Dementors, and that you've accomplished this. But there is an opportunity here. Instead of just doing the lawyering thing and putting the fear of the Death Eaters in them and, you know, nearly having them cancel this huge event that so many people love, you know, let's reach out, let's let them know, like, what's a better way to do this so that everybody can gather in places that aren't Orlando and Los Angeles and then the one con that seems like you're cool with down there in Dallas and next year in Boston, and have a good time and, you know, just educate a little bit, you know, and not just piss people off. Yeah, that was a downer. Thankfully, though, it ended on a high note, being that that festival is going to continue. There's another one in Ithaca, New York. It's also changing its name, I think, or changing some things about it. That's going to continue as well, so that's good. But I also wanted to leave on a couple other high notes, Harry Potter themed as well. First of all, Hogwarts Running Club. You guys know, if you followed me on Twitter or Instagram for a while, you know I've been involved as far as participating in their virtual races. I made a video a couple years ago at Comic-Con, and I'll link to that as well, so you can check that out and learn more about them. I have a few of their medals, actually, finisher medals here. Can't remember the name. Is this Remember All? I see what I did there. This is fashioned about a Remember All from Neville. Anyways, so you basically sign up for these races. You run, walk, hike, whatever it is, the distance, and then they mail you the medal, and then you're like, cool, I got this Harry Potter themed bling. And finally, so that we can end on a really happy high note, I leave you with Dancing Hermione. And that is it for this episode of Chasing Geekdom. Next time, I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. Honestly, I'll let you know. Make sure to subscribe, comment below. Please, let's have a conversation about these things. Let me know what you think about this whole Warner Brothers and these cons and all that kind of stuff. Let's have a conversation. Again, find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, my house, the library. And that's pretty much it. And we'll see you next time.